In this video, I'm going to be explaining a very simple AI agent that you can build with just Claude Code and one API key and basically one prompt and set everything up mostly. And this will build a full system that allows you to just paste in YouTube videos and generate clips automatically. Clipping is huge for a variety of different use cases, from businesses all the way to Twitch streamers. It's just helping you to maximize your reach through the algorithm. And typically it takes an editor, a team of editors to chop up videos, to identify clips, to add subtitles, etc. But if you're already using Claude, then you can essentially set this system up at no extra cost to you. All you need is a Claude basic membership. So the first step of this process is going to be getting our 11 Labs API key. And we basically need an 11 Labs API key so that we can transcribe our videos and we can add captions and just handle the audio and the text of the video. So if you don't have an account, you're basically just going to search up 11 Labs API, and then you'll click on that. And then if you don't have an account, you'll go ahead and make an account. I already have an account. So inside your account, you basically go down to this API keys, you click on it, it'll take you to the screen, and then you would create a key. And this is basically the key that our agent is going to use in order to handle all audio. After you have your key copied or saved somewhere where you can access it, the next thing that we're going to do is actually create the project. So right now I'm in VS Code. This is an IDE. If you don't have any technical background, it's nothing to be too intimidated about. It's basically just how we organize our project, basically how we manage all the files that Claude's going to be creating. There's a variety of different IDEs that you can use. The most popular one is VS Code. Most of them are free. VS Code is free, so I just suggest downloading VS Code. But once you have your IDE downloaded and open, what we're going to do is create a new folder. So we're actually going to click open. We're going to click new folder, and then I'm going to name this folder Clipper Agent. And then I just created this folder over here, and I'm going to open it. Then I'm going to click yes, I trust the authors because I'm the author of this file. So now we are inside of our folder. You can see that because it says Clipper Agent right here in the left. That's how we can tell that we're inside. And the only thing we have to do manually is basically create a new file. So I just double clicked, created a new file, and then we'll name this file .env. And this is essentially where we will store the 11 Labs API key. So we're just going to type 11 Labs API key. Really, there doesn't need to be an underscore between 11 Labs. So 11 Labs API key equals, and then we're going to paste the value that we just copied from 11 Labs. And after we paste it, we're going to go ahead and save. So that's literally the only thing we had to do as far as creating files. Now we are going to have Claude basically build out the whole agent by itself. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up to this top menu, terminal, and click new terminal. And we're doing this to access Claude Code. But if you don't want to use a terminal, you can go to extensions, type in Claude, and basically install the Claude Code extension, and then it would pop up as a side panel, and you could go about it that route. That would be similar but a little simpler. But for this tutorial, we're just going to use Claude. If you don't have Claude Code installed, there's plenty of videos walking through how to install it. But once you have it installed, you just type Claude to open it. And right now we can see it's loading. And basically the only thing we are going to do is give it a prompt. So If you want this prompt, this is going to be in the free school community in the description. But I just pasted the prompt. Essentially, what it says is basically saying your job is to set up a workflow where YouTube video links are provided, then downloaded using the YT-DLP package, analyze for opportunities to clip interesting shorts, use the model you're running on to identify clippable moments. Consider, basically, it's giving it the criteria, and then it's saying after shorts are identified, they should be cropped into a 9:16 aspect ratio and have subtitles overlaid and then saved into a folder. So basically just giving it a pretty descriptive overview of the actual process that we want it to run. So now we're going to go ahead and hit enter and basically let it set everything up, and then I will open up the side menu so that we can watch as it starts creating files in real time. That will basically be used to give this agent the functionality that it needs to run. So the first thing that we can see happened was this repos folder. So it basically downloaded these two repos, which are repositories. This is basically code. They're GitHub projects, so basically code projects that allow our agent to do different things. This video use allows us to basically create videos. It allows us to clip. It's what allows us to take these videos and then clip them and then format them into 9:16 formatting. So think of it like our video editing software. And then we have YT-DLP. This is basically what allows us to download YouTube videos. So the way this whole workflow works is we just provided a YouTube link, and then it'll use the YT-DLP package to download that YouTube link, and then it's going to use the video use package to chop that video that it downloaded up into shorts and then overlay them with subtitles. Also created a virtual environment folder. So this is basically just some packages that it needs in order to do certain things. Basically like requests that's like accessing the internet and other stuff like that. And let's see. So now it's created a clipper folder. So it's written some Python code that is basically going to facilitate the workflow. We can see a download py, so that's probably using the YT-DLP package in order to download the videos, and it's going to populate some other stuff. We also have an output folder. This is where it's going to save the projects, the clips. This is where it's going to save the clips that it generates inside of a folder inside of this output folder. So checking back in, we can see it's created a couple more Python files. You really don't need to understand how exactly the Python code runs. Just have a general idea of what these are doing. So this is basically just transcribing text. So it's extracting the audio and then it's transcribing it. It's using the 11 Labs API key. We have our subtitle folder, which is pretty self-explanatory. It's basically just creating subtitles from the audio that we're giving it. It has a crop file, which is basically just turning this into 9:16 aspect ratio. So yeah, this is the beauty of using AI agents. You don't really have to understand how to code. The agent understands how to code, and it just sets up all the files that it needs in order to accomplish the objective that you give it in the prompt. Right now, it's basically it has the full workflow built out. It's just testing everything out. So we can see there's analysis quality. It's basically there's writing the setup script and documentation. It's testing on a TED Talk video. If we go to output, we can see that it tested a video before that. So this is just the source. And these are the clips. So let's see how this first clip came out.
It was pretty scary at the time, but looking back, it was one of the best decisions I ever made. The minute I dropped out, I could stop.
So as you can see, we have good. The subtitles look fine, and it's even like the way it created this clip. Like it starts with a good hook. So
it was pretty scary at the time.
That immediately like triggers curiosity. So the prompt worked properly, and basically the agent is identifying good moments that start with a hook and are basically self-explanatory. Because as we can see, it starts with a hook.
It was pretty scary at the time, but looking back, it was one of the best decisions I ever made. The minute I dropped out, I could.
And then it goes into the actual topic. So it's like all the context is in a single clip. It has a good hook. So this is a good short. Okay, so it looks like the agent has finished testing. If we go to our output, we can see this Steve Jobs speech clip that we just looked at, and then here we have a TED Talk that produced 6 clips. So let's look at what he came up with.
My parents and sister were also transported to Auschwitz, and I was never to see my parents again. I did not have a chance to say goodbye to my beloved mother, and I have missed her every day of my life. If you have the opportunity today, please go home and make sure you tell your mom how much you love her.
So that was a decent clip, more so on the emotional side.
Happiness does not fall from the sky. It's in your hands. If you're healthy and happy, you're a millionaire. Happiness also brings good health to the body and mind, and I attribute to my 99 years of health.
So that was a pretty good clip. Basically, it had a pretty good hook as far as like.
Happiness does not fall from the sky.
Yeah, that's a pretty good hook. That was a pretty good clip. These clips they're okay, they're decent. But let's go ahead and test out a different video and see what we can get, what type of results we get. So I just went and found an Alex Hormozy clip. So we'll see how well this video gets turned into clips. Okay, so it took a little while, but it returned. Let's see what it came up with. We have 3 clips. Let's see how they came out.
I've talked to a lot of entrepreneurs, and I can usually guess, I'd say, what range of entrepreneur they are by how they behave. And that's because all businesses can get very big. Not all entrepreneurs can get very big. And it's because they can't stay focused, they are impatient, they quit too easily. And that means that you do not lack tactics, you lack character.
So this is obviously for a certain audience, but for the audience that it's for, this is a good clip. This is interesting, it's informative. The hook is decent.
I've talked to a lot of entrepreneurs, and I can usually guess, I'd say, what range of entrepreneur they are by how they behave.
Yeah, so that's a pretty good hook. Let's see, let's look at another.
We need to not do new stuff, right? We need to keep doing the old stuff. We need to not pursue shiny objects, right? That's what focus is. We have to be willing to delay gratification and not get it now, but be willing to work now, get no reward, and hope that we will get something later. And when we fail, which we inevitably will along the way, we have to be willing to continue.
So this is another good clip. Like the way it starts out, this is a good hook.
We need to not do new stuff, right? We need to keep doing the old stuff. We need to not pursue shiny objects.
Let's see, what else do we have?
Like how many coats of paint have I put over this problem where I walk away and I come back and look at the paint, make adjustments, go back, look at the paint. And the reason I think this is important is that like over time, you're in different moods, you talk to different people, you look at that painting with different eyes, different lenses, different perspectives, different things you're comparing it to. And the more diverse the lenses that you look at a solution through, the more complete and elegant the solution will come. And that only comes.
So as you can see, it's working pretty well. I could have picked a more entertaining, like more clippable video, but basically it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's identifying these clips. They always start with a statement that kind of piques curiosity a little bit. All the information is self-contained in the clip. So basically the workflow is running how it's supposed to be running. And yeah, it was a pretty simple setup, just one prompt. And now we have a system that we can basically give any YouTube video and just generate clips. If you want to learn how to build other different types of agents using Claude and other tools, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned.